Hi, Namaste, Salam. I'm Suyash, an educator on Unacademy. You can follow me on Unacademy Learning app where you can find my other courses. So please do not forget to download Unacademy Learning app. This lesson is on some very interesting words where we'll be talking about their meanings, their usage in sentences, their antonyms and their synonyms in a single lecture. So please do not forget to rate, review and share this lesson as much as you can. And also please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this is my profile, and here's the link where you can just follow me for my other courses. Also, please do not forget to shoot all your questions, any doubt, any query which you are facing while speaking English or using any of these words. You can just shoot that directly in the comment box below and all your questions will be answered for sure. And also do not forget that you can find this link in the description of this video. And let's continue with some more words. And here we have the very first one of this lecture, that is substantial. So when I'm saying substantial, what does it actually means? It actually means strongly built or made. Something which is strongly built, something which is strongly made, having a strong built up. And then it could also mean real, something which is real, something which is real, that can also be considered as substantial. And something which is of considerable importance, that can also be considered as substantial. So actually I am here considering the three meanings of substantial, three ways in which substantial can be used. The first is something which is strongly built or made. Okay. Then something which is real. And the last is something which is of considerable importance. Okay. Something which is of considerable importance. For example, only those who have made substantial contributions will be considered. Only those who have made substantial contributions will be considered. Now you tell me which substantial I am talking about. This one, or this one. Okay. Now I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you must have thought about it. And this one I'm talking about. Only those who have made important contributions will be considered. Okay. Only those who have made considerably important contributions will be considered. Okay. So also I can have example for this also, but here I've considered only one example for this one, just to just let you know how to use it. Then we have the synonyms for this substantial. The first one being durable. Now when I'm saying durable, then it means something which can withstand wear, pressure, damage, something like that. So that is something which is strongly built. Okay. Or because only something which is strongly built can sustain or can just withstand this pressure, this damage. Okay. Then we have tangible. Now when I'm saying tangible, then tangible actually means something which is real, something which is real. So here I'm actually giving a synonym of substantial with reference to this meaning, real. Okay. Then I have the antonyms. Here first one is immaterial. Now what is immaterial? Immaterial actually means something which is spiritual. Okay, rather than physical, something which is spiritual. Okay, so again here I am saying something which is real, and here I am saying something which is spiritual, which is not real. Okay, so that is how I can have this as the antonym for substantial. And then I have fragile. Now what is fragile? So when I'm saying fragile, it actually means something which is easily broken or damaged. So obviously which is easily broken and damaged, that must not be what? That must not be strongly built or made. So here, that is why I can use it as an antonym for substantial. Okay. Then I have the next word, which is shallow. So when I'm saying shallow, it actually means something which is of little depth. Something which is of little depth. Now this is what I'm talking physically. Like a pond. A pond, if a pond is of little depth, then that pond will be shallow pond. Okay. The next could be not exhibiting, requiring, or capable of serious thought. Okay. Something which is not requiring or something which is not capable of serious thought. That is also what? Shallow. Like for example, it is just a shallow analysis of this concept. Like I have not gone so much deep in this concept. Okay. I have not done a very serious analysis of this concept. I've just done sort of overview, and I've just done this shallow analysis of this concept. So this is also I can use this is also how I can use shallow. Now if I talk about the synonyms for this word shallow, then the first one is superficial and insubstantial. Now superficial is what? existing. Okay, something which is not thorough, something which is not thorough, or something which is not deep or complete, then that is what we call superficial. Okay, and in this way I can use it as a synonym for shallow. Then the next one which I am having is insubstantial. So when I'm saying insubstantial, so then this is again something which is vague, which is unclear, okay, which is obscure. So in this sense I can use it as a synonym for shallow. And when I'm talking about the antonyms of this word shallow, then I have two, that is profound and substantial. So substantial is actually self-explanatory. Insubstantial, the opposite is substantial. And when I'm saying profound, then profound actually means that something which is very great or intense, you know, showing a great knowledge or insight. When you are having a great knowledge or insight of something, like here I have done a shallow analysis. Okay, something which is not requiring or capable of serious thought, that is what shallow means. And when I'm saying profound, it means that showing a great knowledge or having a great knowledge of something. So that is what profound actually means, and that is how I can use it as an antonym for this word shallow. Okay, now the next word is trivial. Okay, which is actually pronounced as trivial. So trivial is actually something which is having little value or importance. Something which is having little value or little importance is what is considered as trivial. Like for example, it may seem trivial to you, but for me it's important. Now you can say that it may seem trivial, it may seem less important to you, but for me it is very important. Now if I talk about the synonym for this word, then the first one is frivolous. Now what is frivolous? It means something which is not having serious value, or something which is not having a serious purpose. Okay, then we have worthless. Now worthless, I think you all must know about it, something which is having no real value, or something which is not having no real use. So that is what we call worthless. Then we have the antonyms. Antonyms are essential and significant. Okay, significant is something which is sufficiently great or important. Okay, and essential is something which is important. So these are the antonyms for trivial, because trivial means something which is of little importance, and on the other hand essential and significant means something which is important. So that is how I can use these two words as the antonyms for trivial. Okay, then I have the next word, that is tenacious. Now what is tenacious? Tenacious actually means keeping an opinion in a determined way. When you keep your opinion in a determined way, then we actually call it tenacious. Then we actually call it what? Tenacious. Like for example, he is very tenacious towards his goal. Like he is very determined towards his goal. He is very determined towards his goal. He is very clear what he is supposed to do, and he will just do that. That is how we can use this word. Now if I talk about the synonyms for this word, then I have two, resolved and resolute. Now resolved again is something which means firmly determined to do something. When you are very firmly determined to do something, then we call it what? Resolved. Then we have resolute, which actually means determined and resolved, decided, determined. That is what resolute actually means. And then we have the antonyms for this word, and the first one is vacillating. Now what is vacillating? Vacillating actually means when you actually waver. When you actually waver between two different opinions, you are very irresolute, you actually waver. You first think of this opinion and then you think of this opinion. That is what vacillating is. Okay, and then we have unstable. Obviously something which is stable, that is constant, that is fixed, and something which is unstable, that is not constant. You have unstable opinion. Sometime you are saying this and other time you are saying this. So this is how I can use these words and learn their synonyms and antonyms. Okay, so that's all for this lecture, and we will be talking about some more interesting words in the next lecture. Thank you very much. This is Suyash signing off.